Hey guys, it's Tanea. Long time no see. For those who aren't exactly new here, I know I kind of ended things abruptly, but I will update you guys here shortly. For those who are new here, hey, quick little rundown about myself. So I've been living in the Dallas area for about 10 years now. I pursued my undergrad here at the University of North Texas and pretty much started my career out here. Since then, I have lived in multiple cities throughout the DFW, and I can tell you there are so many. I mean, even until this day, like continues to be cities that I've never heard of or never been to that are only like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes away. Matter of fact, the city that I currently decided to set roots in is one of those cities that I've never heard of that wasn't really too far from where I was living previously. And I can tell you also, what I love about the DFW is that like every city in the Metroplex has its own different vibe and feel. And so there is a city and a place for everyone who comes and migrates to the area. So I am now a first-time home owner. I opted for doing the new construction route out here, and my house had just got done. I've been in my home for about a month now, and the crazy thing about it, right? So this is why I had to abruptly stop everything that I was had going on and was doing and stuff. My house ended up getting completed about 1 month earlier than projected, and I found out about my closing date about 10 days before. So needless to say, that left me scrambling and trying to make sure that everything was together so that I can officially close and officially be a legit homeowner. So I'm gonna take you guys on a home reveal about, what my house looks like so far, and some anticipated projects and plans that I have in terms of the design and some upgrades that I plan on doing about the space. Needless to say, I still feel like I'm also still settling in, so you'll notice that there are a lot of furniture pieces that I don't have, that I'm still waiting on, that even there's some things that I don't currently even have plans for in the space quite yet. But I'll take you guys around and I will explain some of that to you guys as I show you around. Without further ado, let's kind of jump into some of the home specs. So I opted for a 1-story floor layout, and my home is a little over 1,500 square feet, not including the garage and not including the backyard in those dimensions. And it is 3-bedroom and 2-bath. So let me kind of take you around. Quick note, please bear with me as I record this voiceover as I'm recovering from a cold. But when I went under contract for the home, the foundation was already laid down for the house, so it gave me a lead start in terms of completion. But with that being said, the builder already pre-selected the finishes and touches for the space, so I unfortunately did not have the opportunity to choose my own personal choices or upgrades. But fortunately, for the most part, I loved majority of the finishes selected. Apparently, this is the new route many new construction communities are going in order to quickly meet the demand of new home buyers in a timely fashion. So my community is part of a HOA, so I had to receive approval in order to go forward with making the pending change to my front door. I decided I wanted a door that added character to my own house and brought an additional light while still maintaining some of that privacy. My home included smart home devices enabling me to control my thermostat, lock and unlock my doors, security system, and lights remotely from my phone while I am at home, away from home, and also control the other panels throughout my home. So I thought this was a nice addition to the house. Let's talk about my overall design goals for the space. I wanted a clean, light, and airy aesthetic that was modern yet timeless and quite minimal plus cozy. So tons of neutrals and light finishes throughout the space. When I think of some design concepts that incorporate many of these elements, Scandinavian definitely comes to mind. There are also a few other home design concepts that fall in line with these elements as well. Now, one of my first major purchases for the home was this white slip-covered couch. Now, I know it's a bold choice when you have a 2 and a 5-year-old, but it is moisture repellent. It's really easy to spot clean, and Lord behold, it does get dirty. I'm able to kind of remove it and wash it and call it a day. Also, I feel like white is a very timeless color that meshes well with almost any theme. But if I, for whatever reason,
later down the line want to change the color of my sofa, I'm easily able to do that by buying this slip cover in a different color and replacing my current ones with the new color. My TV is temporarily placed on this box, as you can see. I'm waiting for a sideboard that I purchased that was made to order, so I think I have it's about 12 to 14 weeks until it delivers, so I have a whole another month of waiting until that arrives. I also want to add a jute rock to this space to add in an additional bounce of light and of course natural finishes to the home. Now this wall over here, I want to convert into a gallery wall. It's actually a dining table area, but I love how open my floor plan is and I want to maintain that, so I want to do a gallery wall. Here's my kids' little seating area where they eat. So let's talk about some common themes that you are going to notice throughout this space. You're going to notice that a lot of my countertops are pretty bare and minimal, which is very intentional. I don't want clutter. I don't want anything that doesn't need to be out or seen or displayed to be seen or displayed. You're going to see a lot of organization bins. Everything pretty much has a space and a place in my home. Let's talk about these bar stools. So I bought these bar stools from West Elm Outlet, which ended up being 40% off of what they were on the actual West Elm website. So these bar stools were $219 each on the West Elm website, but at the outlet I bought them for about $113 each. No damage or anything from what I could tell. So here you'll see a sleek, very minimal designed fridge that is very flat to the surface, stainless steel. Kind of gives me that commercial premium fridge look. It doesn't have handles. They're kind of like inside recessed. They have a indoor water dispenser and a traditional ice maker. It's French door and it has a pull out bottom freezer that is very spacious. Huge shout out to my really good friend Deontay and Bianca, who bought me like these freezer fridge bins for my fridge that I've been taking full advantage of. So you're gonna notice again a constant theme throughout my space. Some benefits of having freezer and fridge bins is that, of course, it is space saving. It keeps your shelving and fridge very clean. I only really have to spot clean it each and every week. And it allows you to see all the fruits and vegetables that you have available, so you're not overbuying, overstocking, and your food do not go bad as quickly. I find that since having the fruit and the vegetables appealingly exposed with these clear bins, that my household gravitates towards these a little bit more often than they did in the past when I was not implementing organization bins in my fridge in our former home. In a separate video, I will kind of break down and walk you through my approach and how I organize and such, but I want to keep it very brief and minimal in this video so we can vibe a majority of it. Less talking for me, more vibing for you. But a quick tip is that when I have clear bins, you'll notice this in my pantry, anything of like uniform packaging or size or shape are in clear bins. I try to keep fruit and vegetables in clear bins as much as possible, because what you put in the forefront this is basic human psychology, but what you put in the forefront, people are more likely to gravitate towards. So I keep a lot of ununiformed and junk food in my concealed type of storage so that the household is not easily tempted to go towards junk food as much, and it has really been working for my home. So I do want to take a moment to talk about these spice jars that I found in bulk at Target. The labels I found on Etsy. I really wanted a clean, very streamlined look and feel to my main spices in my home. So I rehomed them in these very sleek, minimal, aesthetically pleasing jars, and I've been loving it. So the gas stove, in addition to the microwave and the dishwasher, came included with the home. This is personally like the first time that I've ever owned a gas stove. And let me tell you, I feel like the quality of food comes out so much better from a gas stove. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I also believe my oven is convection, which also adds to the quality of my cooking, I feel like. So I enjoy cooking at home so much more than I ever have before. I find myself not eating out as much as I used to. I was really feeling the backsplash that was selected for the home. I do also enjoy the granite, but if I could make any change to it, I probably would have done a lighter type of stone. I got these really nice wooden drawer dividers from Amazon. That was a nice touch in addition to my pull-out drawers, especially in providing some added organization for my utensils. More organized drawers. This drawer has all of my dish stuff, and even under the sink I have my special dish stuff very organized. It's a little disheveled right now, but for the most part it's organized, it's in bins, it's saving space, and I'm able to easily find everything that I need. Converted this unused cabinet into a pull-out trash. So like I said before, anything that doesn't need to be out and exposed, like trash, I conceal as much as possible. So I really like this little added touch that added to the home. And I just kind of want to show you a nice little investment that I made for my kitchen space. I invested in a caraway dish set, which has been worth it. I love cooking on it. I feel like it also boosts the quality of my food, and I love that it came with storage as well. So definitely has been more than worth it. And here is my prized little coffee nook. have Alexa there, but it's there. Moving on to the children's room. So again, try to maintain that neutral theme where we also have a little bit of pop of color because they are young children. Huge shout out to my parents who insisted on buying them this bed and bedding from IKEA. And I know some may be thinking like, who buys a bunk bed for a 2 and a 5-year-old? My children are very safe, they are very strong, they are able to climb up and down this bunk bed with no issues or no problem. They do this weekly activity where they build a lot of their core strength and practice balance and swinging and hanging on things all the time. So I felt very confident in this choice for them and really motivates them to want to go to bed in their own room. So I love it. We are going to hang this TV. I just wanted to make sure that I was committed to where the placement of everything is in their bedroom right now, and I think I am confirmed on how this whole setup is, but I think I will replace this little bookshelf thing for something that is a little bit more suiting for their room. I brought this over from our apartment and it worked at that space, and it's okay here, but I feel like it could be updated. My kids destroyed this toy box, it needs to be updated. Now their closet, their clothing is divided between hers and his, and they are color coded within that, but I do want to replace the hangers to wooden hangers so the clothing will hang a lot better and just look a lot more appealing in here. And I also want to add some additional bins to keep the shelving and everything very organized and very consistent. So there are some upgrades and additional touches that I continue to want to make to their bedroom space. Here's their bathroom / guest bathroom. It's very minimal. There's a lot of black and white touches and natural touches throughout. I do need to get a floor mat or something to add a little bit of life to it. You're gonna realize it looks a little bit sterile, but still trying to figure out how I want it to look. And if I could have changed anything, it definitely would have been the tile. I despise tile simply because of the grout. It doesn't take much for it to get very dirty and dusty and accumulate dirt and dust. And it's always a major project to clean, so I want to change it out in due time. But for the meantime, I'm going to deep clean it and seal it so that the grout lines don't accumulate dirt and dust as quickly. Like, I'm barely a month into my home. I don't wear shoes in my home. I don't really have guests or company over. And already the grout lines are accumulating dust and dirt, so not a fan of that. So I don't have an exact vision for my laundry space. I do want to upgrade it over time, but for the meantime, this little clear bin will hold my dish pots, and I have these organization baskets to really keep things together and concealed and organized. But other than that, really not much to this room. Office space, like my laundry room, this is literally like an empty office, so I do work from home permanently, and sooner than later I would like to land on a exact concept for this space, because working from the couch and the countertops is getting old. But I enjoy the abundance of light in this room. Before I evolve it into an office space, I really want to be sure with the desk and the layout and the setup that I'm aiming for. So for now, not much to see. Here's my bedroom. So this bed that I decided to buy is clearly the focal point of the bedroom. Other than this, there's really nothing more in my bedroom, but I love the faux leather masculine look and vibe that this bed gives the space, and I feel like a mid-century type of design would mesh very, very well with this bed setup. I think for one of the empty walls I might do another gallery wall, not sure, but I think this a nice little faux cowhide rug and a plant would be something very, very nice in this room. Even like a chair to do like a little reading nook area would be a nice addition to this room as well. Now let's wrap up in the bathroom. So some quick specs: there are his and her sinks, his and her walk-in closets, and I definitely want to do a lot of upgrades in this bathroom. I eventually want to replace the mirror, this whole little sink area situation. The color story going on in this bathroom are a lot of like natural creams and whites and blacks. I do want to maintain that color story because I really like the streamlined modern feel that it adds to the space. I'm not gonna lie, these toothbrushes are an eyesore for me just because I think they just stick out like a sore thumb with how minimal I'm trying to like keep this space, but I digress. Here's the walk-in closet. I will not take you into that area because it's not my area to take you into. Here's my walk-in closet. I'll take you in that area here shortly. I like this shelf addition that was added to the bathroom. I just don't know what I'm going to do with it. Like I said, I try to keep things very minimal, so there's really not much for me to add and do with this space. I might add a little bit of decor here just to kind of bring some life to the space, but other than that, I don't know. I might even replace the shelf with something that looks a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. I definitely want to change the shower. Now, I do like that it's a glass shower. I do like this bench that it's in here, but I do want it to have a little more of a streamlined modern finish as well, like a black trimmed glass door. I would love to replace the sink to something that's floating like the one that I'm sharing with you here, and I definitely want to replace the tile, maybe do like a black backsplash. I don't know what this little toilet room is called, but I have one. I do like the added privacy in here, but there's really not much to show you in there. And more organization. Here is my closet space. I feel like I could use some additional inspiration for this space, but this is definitely a space where I spend my mornings in getting ready and connecting with myself. I like to listen to positive affirmations or meditations in here while I do my makeup. I want to kind of change it into like a beauty room that's not too overly glam. Preferably, I would like to have additional storage in here that doesn't have a lot of my makeup stuff exposed, because I just have a thing with, I don't like things being too cluttery anymore, you know? I have tons of like acrylic risers and acrylic dividers in here to kind of keep things as organized as possible. I want to add some acrylic shoe risers to display my shoes in an improved manner, and I also want to replace my hangers with some wooden hangers so that they will hang beautifully and look a little bit more like just a nice added touch to my closet space. But in the meantime, I really just don't know how I'm going to evolve this space, but this is definitely going to be a project. Ending the video here. I cannot wait to return months down the line as my house comes together. I really tried to do like a very realistic approach on what my house looks like as a new, not only just like a homeowner or whatever, but like one of the most common advice that I received as a new homeowner for people that were more settled into their home is that do not get everything at once. Allow yourself the time to pull your house together the way that you want it to look. And so I can try to continue to reassure myself that whether you're moving into a new house or a new apartment or a new space or room, don't feel like you have to have everything together all at once. Until next time, bye you guys.